I did what we do by freeway just go gold in 2024. Today I'm sitting down with the king of the M12, a man with almost 6,800 followers on Instagram alone. He has shirts, gloves, flip-flops, keychains, hats, you name it, all with his brand attached. I have a lot of respect for what this man does on a daily basis. His job, although maybe overlooked because it's such a regular part of our lives, is one that we all are better for having, especially in this big city of ours. So, without further ado, New York City, welcome our very own king of the M12, Lewis.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Appreciate it, my man. Thank you so
sir.
much.
Yes, sir. Thank you for coming, man.
Well, hey, no problem. Anytime. Listen, it's always a blessing to when you get to reach out to different people around New York City and even around the world, you know. So I appreciate you always reaching out to me and making this happen today.
Absolutely, absolutely. And shout out Q.
Well, yes, a big shout out to Q.
He also connected us.
That's right. We moved to New York. He actually, that's right. He connected both of us together, and you reached out to me, and we made it happen. Well, you made it happen.
Well, you was patient with me because we was gonna do this months ago, but you know, life, summertime, life happens. But I'm glad we finally we got our day, man.
Yeah,
we got our day, man.
We always make it happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like to take people to the beginning on this show, so let's start with where you from.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm born and raised, and you know, out of East New York, and just basically just born and raised and hanging out in Highland Park, playing ball, doing my thing. And then as I got older, my dad was always telling me, listen, start applying for city jobs. You know, city job is the way to go. Get established. You get a city pension, state pension, even a federal pension, whichever job you choose to as a basic career. And that's how I started in that part. So,
okay.
Yeah.
You said East New York, right?
East New York, born and raised.
What was life growing up around that time in East New York? Because what era was this? What decade?
Oh, man, I was born in 1976.
76. Okay,
yeah,
so you was
76 Year of the Dragon. That's why I got the tat right.
Okay. Nice. Fire. So 76. Oh, wow. East New York. So that's like the 80s. You was growing up as a teen, like, young adult, 80s, young kid in the 80s. How was that like?
I mean, it was. I mean, lifestyle was different, of course, not like it is today with these young kids growing up and everything, but it was more like, it was fast-paced. We played stickball, handball, skelly, jump rope. There was no social media, no jumping around, and let's play the Xbox here, let's play the PS5 here,
Right.
But it was fun. I had a great time. Growing up as a kid, my parents raised me to do the right thing and everything, and it worked out well.
Did you have a big family growing up? A lot of siblings?
Yeah, big family. Well, I have one sister, and then my two cousins lived upstairs. We have a two-family house.
Nice.
So we were both, basically all of us are like brother and sisters, and we did everything together. All of us, holidays, Christmas parties, New Year's parties, Puerto Rican style, We had the food. You see how big as it is now, I blame my mother.
Yo, listen, man. Anytime Puerto Ricans throw down, you got to be there, man, because y'all throw down.
Of course, you have to.
You got any family like out in Puerto Rico?
I had. A lot of my family passed away.
My condolences.
It's okay. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. But, when my grandmother passed away out in San Juan in Puerto Rico, and then, my grandfather was left alone. So, of course, my mother wanted him back here in New York and Brooklyn.
Right.
So they sold the house and everything. And so we still have some family, but I'm not quite sure how many because I haven't kept in touch.
Right.
But we have friends there still, which is cool.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
We was speaking and you told me that your father, he served in the military.
Yes, he did.
Speak about that real quick. And also, is that something you thought about doing?
Actually, I did. I wanted to join the military when I was 18. But when my father was drafted in Vietnam, so was my mother's brother, my uncle. And so basically, and then another uncle of mine as well. Three gentlemen, they serve. My father and my other uncle lives in Florida now. They both made it home. My mother's brother didn't. So I never got a chance to meet my uncle. I actually have his name. So I'm Luis Alfredo
Okay.
Lopez, but Lopez my father's last name.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my uncle was last name is Gordis, but he never made it home, so he was killed out of Vietnam. So, but it's okay, man. So I'm the only son. So my mother told me, please, I don't want you to join the military.
Right.
But now when I was in 1990, my dad was drafted. His unit was called up for Desert Storm. So when my father went overseas, Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, and that's when he told. I had just started high school, basically. I was about 13, going on 14, and he was like, don't join the military. I don't want you to scare your mother and everything.
Right.
And that's what I really wanted to, but I had to respect the wishes of my mom.
Absolutely. So your father, after the military, after his service, he came home and he joined the MTA.
No, well, that was Vietnam time era. And yeah, he worked at Wall Street. Then he got called. He left Wall Street, went working with his brother, my uncle, and his painting business, and then Transit called him. He called for NYPD. Called him. It was a height requirement back then, in the late '70s and the '80s. So I'm like the tallest in the family.
I got you.
I'm about 6 foot tall. My dad is 5'8", 5'7", 5'8", and so he wasn't able to go into the police department.
Gotcha.
So Transit called him, MTA for buses, Department of Buses, and he took the job in 1980. And I was about already 4 years old or so. When I turned 6, I started riding buses with my dad. So, I got called for the police department and at the age of 20, but Giuliani became the mayor and froze everything. So then I needed military or college. I didn't have college right away. So I went back to school part-time.
Gotcha.
But then Transit called me.
Gotcha.
So then that's how I got called for Transit in 99. I was 23 years old.
And you've already been riding buses since you was 6, so it was kind of like
it was
second nature almost.
Yeah, second nature was weird. The only thing was I was a messenger here in New York City.
Like
so all the messengers out there, I give you props because I know you guys is tough. I did it for 3 years, so I know. And so basically I had to, it was a temp agency, but I had to resign. So when you're working for city jobs, they don't want you to resign your previous job. They want you to still try to take a leave of absence or something in case you don't make it through. At least you have a job to go back to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I made it happen. So here I am 25 years later.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Word. That's what's up, man.
Thank you.
So you do the MTA, the bus. Is that like your... Now, I know you said you rode the bus with your pops, but is that your first time behind the wheel, like doing the training and everything like that?
When I was 23, they give you, at the time it was 7-day qualification to learn how to drive a bus.
Okay.
Very strict on training-wise. It's a skillful job.
Right.
And shout out to all the superintendents out there. So I give them the props for training us. And they don't get recognized in the training school. The training school was in Hudson Pier back then.
Okay.
Now it's in the Bronx and Zariga. So shout out to the superintendents out there too, because they're doing a great job for, applying knowledge,
right,
safety for all these new bus operators that are coming on the job today.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Because sometimes you see it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. You like, that's my bus. It is like superintendent bus. You like, oh, god damn, it's a training bus. But they getting you guys right, so you guys can drive on the road safe and everything, right?
We have to,
What was the difference at that time between like driving a car and then you being in a bus? Like, is there for people who've never drove a bus, which probably never will in their life, what's the difference?
The biggest difference about safety, being patient behind the wheel, not going through these red lights, not going through the stop signs,
Right.
Scanning your mirrors. When the light turns green, it doesn't mean to just go right away. Scan your mirrors, because now we have people on city bikes, scooters, rollerbladers, and all these bike lanes that we have in the city. So when the light turns green, it means to scan your mirrors first. So I had to train myself. The way I train driving a bus, I do that in my own car now.
Gotcha.
And I taught my kids how to drive. I taught my wife how to drive, so they drive safely too.
That's what's up. Yeah. That's a good hit. That's a good gym right there. Scan the roads. Don't just hit that gas. Do you prefer being on the roads at a certain time of day? Doesn't matter?
No, it doesn't bother me. In the beginning, it did, because you're learning something new, a different type of job, or should I say career, that you're getting yourself into, and the first time you're so nervous and your blood is rushing and everything, and you're nervous, and you're like, oh my God, now I pick up passengers and I got to drive this bus 40 foot. Now we got the 60 footers, they're articulated, the double, people call them accordions. It's articulated. But yeah, it's now I could drive a bus, man. I drive it like a little Volkswagen.
Wow.
Well, I've been down the job 25 years. You know?
Right.
It took a time. It takes time to build that tolerance.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it does.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So walk us through a regular shift. Like, you come in.
Yeah, so my regular shift, I start at 6:15 in the morning. So leaving my house from Brooklyn, I got to get up at 3:30. Leave my house at around 4. Pick up a friend of mine. Of course, I'm gonna shout him out, Rizzo. He's designed all my logos.
Nice. Yeah, we gonna get into that.
Yeah. So I pick him up. We go. He makes me coffee in the morning, so which is cool, and then we talk on the way in, and we get in around 5 a.m. We park the car in the depot. We have parking is a privilege for all of us, so we're grateful that we're able to do that. And then we go upstairs and start our day, man. And then we go report on time always. No matter what you do, not even a minute late, because they'll give your work away to somebody else. So report on time and make sure you give yourself enough time to pull out a bus.
Gotcha.
You got to do your safety pre-trips and all that. So and for 19A federal law, of course, but we do it for the safety for the customers, and for the people out there that can see the headlights, that can see the tail lights and stuff, the marker lights when you're making a left turn, right turn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then also for us for operating the bus, make sure it's safe.
Gotcha.
Not brakes. Long breaks when it can't stop, God forbid, gets an accident or something. But that's our job, part of our job too.
Got you. What would you say are some of the pros and cons?
Pros and cons. Man, it's been a long time.
I don't want to get you in trouble with the cons.
Listen, I keep it professional because I give the respect to all the MTA workers out here.
Absolutely.
All the MTA workers. Everyone does a great job. I know the city doesn't see it that way. There's always problems, you know what I'm saying? There's always going to be an issue where something breaks down. Nothing's perfect.
Right.
But you got to give yourself enough time.
Right.
If you have to be report to work at 8 o'clock, make sure you catch a train or a bus that's an hour and a half earlier, so because you never know what's going to happen. Right. As bus operators, we got to pick up, wheelchair customers, people that are that in need, that have to use the lift or anything else, so it delays us.
Right.
Traffic, you have to, and that's going to happen. Car breaks down in front of you, and guess what happens? It messes up the FDR Drive or something like that, or the West Side Highway, whatever area. But it's not that bad, and those are the bad parts, and basically but the great part is you get to meet a lot of great people.
Okay.
All right.
That was my next question.
Of course. I already know.
Man, he does this. He does this.
Listen, man, I talk. We'll be here for 4 hours now. But basically, I meet a lot of great people. The public itself.
Yeah. That's what makes it. That's what makes
my day.
Makes your day, right?
And it makes me want to get up in the morning. I can't wait to get to work because I know I'm going to meet my customers and say hello, good morning, and I put a smile on everyone's face. Just by saying hello and good morning. For all you bus operators out there, and I'm telling you this right now, it's okay to say hello to someone. Put a smile on someone's face because it changes someone's mood.
Dope.
And I've done that before. I've got accommodations for it. People write in and they say, wow, this driver, he's really nice. He smiled at me. I was having a bad day. And he changed my mood just by smiling.
Oh, wow. That's what's up.
Yeah.
What, who was one person that walked on your bus and you was like, holy maybe took you by surprise?
Oh, man. Okay, I was old bus route, M6, brought memories. Kathleen Turner.
Kathleen Turner.
Remember the movie Romance in the Stone? What other movie she played?
Okay. See, I'm not a movie buff. So y'all don't kill me now. That's why. But I'm pretty sure she's important.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, I've definitely heard of him.
Romance in the Stone.
Okay.
Old movie back in the days in the 80s. I grew up because my mom loved Kathleen Turner.
Got you.
And she had a radio station over at the towers, what do you call that? The Time Warner Buildings.
Warner Buildings.
Yeah, near Columbus Circle.
Yeah, 59th.
Yeah, right. So I'm going up on 6th Avenue, and she jumps on my bus on 47th Street. I did a double take. I was like, Kathleen Turner? She was the first celebrity that ever rode my bus.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. She goes, honey, I'm a New Yorker. Her voice and everything deep. I was like, oh, my God. Then everybody in the bus heard me say Kathleen Turner. And they all talking to her and everything. That was like my first time interacting with a celebrity in New York City, crazy. Manhattan. So it was a great feeling. Yeah,
that's fine. That's crazy. That's
definitely.
Crazy. So when did you come up with the King of the M12 brand? Because it seems like, you're in the city, people seeing you, they writing in, you just seem like just a great personality, and branding yourself just only makes sense.
Yeah,
in my eyes, you know what I mean? So what made you come up with that?
So, okay, goes back to COVID. I'm average bus operator. Just I'm like been like this every day. I've never changed. I've been like this my whole life basically. So I met this gentleman named New York Nico, or Nicholas Heller.
Okay, yeah, New York Nico. Shout out New York Nico.
Yeah,
for sure.
This young lady, she's a PR for Casa Magazine and La Bombonera.
Okay.
Her name is Happy David. We call her Happy David, and a great person. And she helped out the collaborations with La Bombonera, the diner, and Casa Magazine. And of course, I was involved because that was my bus route, the M12. So I do the bus route on the M12 in Manhattan. And great feeling, great thing. And so these young ladies, after COVID hit and cities started opening up, Nico started doing a lot of small businesses, helping out small businesses. So he one day he popped up on me and Casa Magazine with my friend Ali, and I introduced him to these young ladies that were opening up their vintage shop. So it was Eva and Joan, and Evan Jones, excuse me. And there were great ladies that opened up, and they wanted to know more about the city. So one day I came to them with a navy blue hat, plain. And I said, can you just put M12 on it and Lopez on the side? And I 2 polo shirts, because we can wear polo shirts now, the blue ones, right? And so they made a nice shirt for me, said Best of the West, with a heart and all that, patches.
Right.
So they gave it back to me, and I looked at the hat. It said, the king of the M12, vintage style, which was pretty cool. I was like, this is nice, you know? She was like, oh, we look at you as the king because you're always helping people out and doing things and putting a smile on someone's face. I was like, you know what? That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kind of stuck after a while. And then so social media started getting more popular, during the time. I opened up an Instagram page. My daughter was like, Dad, you should open up something like IG, TikTok and stuff. So I said, okay, let me do it. And I did. So I started following a lot of people. And then I started doing little videos here and there. And then, of course, I had my hat that said the King of the M12.
Right.
And it was a great thing. So the girls they started calling me the King of the M12s, and everybody started riding my bus. Oh, that's a cool hat. That's a cool hat. The King of the M12. Yeah, you are. So I've been on that route. That's why my Instagram page is LL Luis Lopez 08, which is August 31st, 3/1/2014. That's why I made that social media page. So that's the date when the M12 started.
Gotcha.
So which was a perfect thing. And I met up with about a year later, and a year and a half later, I met up with a guy named Vincent, that we call him, his name, but we call him Rizzo. So he's on my Instagram page. He's my logo designer. And
I was gonna ask you,
he's
who's
on my
the guy
page.
that's responsible for
he's on my page. When you open on my page, and he's my logo designer. We became great friends. He's like a brother to me. I never had a brother, so I consider him as a brother and a great friend. And he's always been there with me through tough times, and we're always there to pick each other up.
Gotcha.
And so I have another great friend of mine. I call him he's my nephew, and his name, we call him Graydon, of course, and I give him a shout out to him too because he's always been by my side, always helping me promote my name, the King of the M12, for the young. We call them fanners, bus buffs, and they started recognizing me more. So he started doing my videos. And that's why I always, when I do a subway shuttle or something great, something inspirational. Right. Like I had one video that it came over me and I said, oh, let's do something with imagination. Turn your imagination into reality. Stuff like that. And it started getting more and more people following me, and more kids, young kids that are bus buffs and train buffs, they want to be transit workers. Yeah. And I tell them they look up to me as a role model, as a father figure. And a lot of these kids don't have fathers. So, a lot of them love taking pictures of old buses and trains. So all you transit workers out there, please, they're not taking the pictures of you. They're taking the pictures of something that's vintage. Right. That's not going to be around anymore. So... And besides, the way the lighting is set up and everything, you can't see through the windshield anyway. So it's dark in the cabin with the driver's seat and all that. But anyway, going into that, they started riding my bus and everything. And then so they started everyone calling me the King of the King, following me more because I'm try to keep it very inspirational. Right. Motivational.
What you do.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. And then that's how I started. Then I met up a lot of great people, a lot of celebrities, a lot of people that support me. Even a lot of, I can't believe how I make an effect on somebody. They see me, they're like, wow. you know, and they stop me in the street and they're like, "Oh, you're that guy." Yeah, I say, yeah, that's me.
Right.
That's me, you know.
Right.
And then I met up with Q, Q from We Move New York.
Yeah,
And
shout out Q.
Shout out to Q, man. And, you know, he's a supervisor. He does a great thing for his depot, which is in Manhattanville. And I hit him up because I see his clothing line, everything looks good. I said, "Listen, you don't mind? Let's make some gloves. I want to make some gloves with you."
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
I don't sell my stuff.
You don't?
No, I don't. I give it away for free.
Oh, wow.
I never
That's
sold
dope.
any of my keychains, my gloves, my hats. Hats I made with Rizzo. The gloves I made with Q, and then I made a couple other things with Chris. You know, Running Hot. Running Hot is a good friend of mine as well, named Chris.
Okay.
And I've done a lot of collaborations with a lot of people. You know, and they're making my stuff. My keychains came from China. You know, and I spread my love to everybody.
Right.
So what I do is with these kids, I tell them, "Let me see a report card. You have a good report card, whatever." So I made patches from this another gentleman named Patch's House. I'm shouting out everybody now. Yeah,
Show, give 'em love. Give 'em
Yeah,
love.
you know, I don't ask for anything in return. I work my days off, my overtime, and I help out. Well, I buy all my stuff through the time I do my overtime. So my overtime money I do spread out for myself
Yeah.
and my family, but also have a section where I make all my stuff for the kids.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. So being that you do all this good work and you make the gloves and everything, and like you say, you give it away for free.
Right.
Have you ever thought about maybe like being a mentor, doing a mentorship or something?
Well,
of that nature.
Yeah, I mentor a lot of stuff, a lot of people for free. I don't even ask for anything. You know, I don't ask for money. All I ask is for your time and your friendship.
Right.
I show my love and respect to you, and I hope I get it in return. That's it. You know, I'm not here to. I have so many people hit me up on Instagram or Facebook now. Facebook, I opened up to buy a car, and then I kept it open because I got a lot of old timers that are retired, like my dad, and they'll follow me, and I kind of like feel bad taking away Facebook. It's a lot of social media to catch up.
Oh yeah.
So I basically, people hit me up all the time, and then they ask me, "Oh, can we do a collaboration and this and that? How much it costs, your fee?" And I'm like, "I do it for free. I do it for love."
Right. Yeah.
You know, a guy hit me up for I promoted his store I'm shouting out everybody. His store right there, 717.
Okay.
On 7th Avenue. It's a gift shop. It's NY gift shop, loft shop, and I did a little promotional thing for him.
Like the souvenirs, the New York souvenirs
and all that,
and
for tourists and stuff. Yeah, go on and get it, man. Go get it. Yeah, so, you know, and did something great for him. He thought I wasn't going to hit him up.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, man, I didn't think you were going to hit me up." And so on my lunch break, we call it swing time, I got a 3-hour lunch break. So I do a lot of promotional stuff for videos. And I do it with the kindness of my heart. You know, I've done things with Nico, New York Nico. I do the kindness of my heart. You know what I'm saying? I don't really ask anything in return. You know, and that's just who I am. I know a lot of people's like, "Oh, you should get paid for this. You should get paid for this." I say, well, you know,
right.
I'm already getting paid.
Right.
You know what's gonna happen to me? I'm gonna retire with a beautiful pension, with a beautiful family.
It's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's all about love, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. It's all about love and respect, man. That's how I look at it. That's just me. I'm not everybody.
This is up. Since you started this whole King of the M12 thing in your brand.
Yeah.
When was like the first time you was really recognized? Because I'm sure before the brand it was like a different life, but now that you're all over socials, people see your face. Yeah. I'm sure people are recognizing you. So when was the first time somebody was like, "Yo"?
The first time was on 11th Avenue. I got to 47th Street on my bus route, so the M12 route, and it serviced the Hudson Yards everywhere, and on the west side. And I got to 47th Street, a young boy and a mother, and the boy opened the door. When I opened the door, the boy was like, his eyes lit up. So when the eyes lit up and everything, and the mother kind of looked at me kind of strange. Got on the bus, they got to 14th Street, and the mother approaches me. She's like, can we get to go to the end of the line with you? You know, my son would like to talk to you. Right. I was like, yeah, no problem. So I get to the end of the line, and on 12th Street, 8th Avenue, and the mother started talking to me, and I told the young boy, I say, "How old are you?" And he was 12 at the time, 12 years old.
Okay.
It was a few years back. And the mother was like, "Oh, you know, he's very shy and stuff, and he looks up to you." And I was like, so I didn't know he was following me on social media.
Right.
So then we talked for a bit. I asked him, "How you doing in school?" and everything. Because I always ask young men and the young kids, like, you know, "How you doing in school?"
That's
the
important.
most important thing.
That's important.
Definitely. So And he was very inspired how, you know, just by actually seeing me in person. And now I'm talking to him about, you know, about life, you know, school, you know, how you doing at home. You listening to your mom, you doing schoolwork, making sure you clean your room. Your mother tell you, take out the garbage, take out that garbage, you know? So she was like, oh my God, thank you so much. So she asked me for a photograph with him, took a picture. And then she was like, oh, he has like an old bus map. And for the MTA, like buses and stuff. And I said, yeah. She asked, my son is kind of like, he's nervous to ask you, but he have your autograph? So yeah. Right. And I started doing the autograph. So that's how everything started. And little by little, people started noticing more. So that was like my first interact with a young man. It was like his eyes lit up, and I was like, wow. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. You know? Right. And now I got used to it, you know. So now I get people in the street that now, oh, is that the King of the M12? Hey, what's up? How you doing?
That's dope. That's dope. Cool. Well, you know what? I'll ask this question to contrast that the pandemic, when nobody was outside.
Oh, dude.
How was that? How was that like for you and other bus operators? Because my father, he's worked. He's a train operator. He's been with MTA for 20 years.
God bless.
Yeah.
All right. That's what's up, man.
So like that.
Shout out to your dad.
You know what I mean? In the beginning, that's why I said I got a lot of respect for y'all.
I appreciate
you know what I mean?
It,
because I watched it with my own two eyes what he does and how important his job is. Even though, like I said, we don't really notice it, but it's important. You guys,
definitely,
you know, really moved the city. But during the pandemic, how was that for you guys?
It was hard, brother. It was like a scene from a movie, I Am Legend, with Will Smith.
That's good. You're good. That's
dude.
Comparison.
Let me tell you something. It was something out of this world I'd never seen before. You know, like I'm 49 years old. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we all have been through challenges and stuff, but not like this.
Yeah.
So we were basically on. We had a Saturday schedule, which I was on the M12. But then after 2 weeks, the transit authority changed it to a Sunday schedule. So it was a slow down schedule, less service on the Sundays.
Right.
So every day was a Sunday schedule. Every day I was on the extra list. So extra list, basically, you're doing something different every day. Okay. I was all over the city.
Gotcha.
Not many days off. I was working like 6-7 days a week. The hardest part was getting up just to get to work. And then the hardest part was driving alone and not interacting with the public, not interacting with anybody. And I'm a people person. Right. I'll talk to you. You know, I don't mind. You sit down next to me and I'll talk. Well, I'll tell you my whole life story while I'm behind the wheel, and they would tell me your life story.
Right.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that at all. It was terrifying. And then, so I had to look at myself in the mirror just to like start singing, picking up the mic. We had a mic, like the phone. It was press the PA button, and like I'm singing along, and I'm singing a song. I'll make love to you, Boyz II Men, or something just to keep me going.
Did you keep your same routine? Like, would you still? Well, I know some buses is automated, but you know, like
but now they're automated.
Call this stop. Now they're automated. But during that, like the bus you was on, were you still calling stop? Like, were you still acting like you had passengers?
Yeah, sometimes I do that. Yeah, I would be like, I was like, next stop, 42nd Street. I was like, yo, 14th Street approaching. You know, so I'm like, you know, just to keep myself going. I would do it with the mic.
Right.
And just to hear my own voice. Right. Like, okay, next stop, 42nd Street. You know, something like that, man. It's crazy, but it was sad. It was right, but it was the hard part, like when going home. And you know, I'm sorry to say that. I don't mean to like my family. Everyone caught COVID, except me.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Sorry, I had to strip my clothes. I had a bucket. We had to strip my clothes and put everything in there and throw it in the wash. And my family wouldn't hug me or kiss me. Like, my daughter, one time, my daughter's like, "Go take a shower." You know. Yeah. We slept in separate rooms and stuff like that because you know they were all infected. Yeah. They were asymptomatic, so they had no idea they were sick at the time. Right. Then I was quarantining myself with transit. They did the best they could of quarantining, you know, operators, transit employees, and all different around the city. Right. You know, so it was hard. It was because mentally it affected me and it affected a lot of people, and put us to a point where you know now I look at life differently. I'm actually, you know, that made me stronger. Yeah. You know, even though it was hard and I used to cry at night. Sometimes I'd be in the bus, I'll crack a tear. Yeah. But I always said this, and my father told me this, and I'm gonna tell everybody now: every tear drops makes you stronger. And I don't look at it as something that's weak or something that's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of life. Everyone's gonna cry, even though you don't show it or not.
Right.
But every tear drops makes you stronger.
No doubt.
And that's what kept me going. Listening to my father, you know, like if you see in my social media page, I tell my father's my superhero. He's my avenger.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And he's the most powerful man I've ever known. You know, besides God. But my dad is powerful.
Respect.
Yeah,
Respect.
no doubt. Thank you, brother.
I see you got a little choked up there, man.
Yeah.
What was did you kind of go back to
that
time?
It goes back to COVID and 9/11. We took part in 9/11. I had just came on the job, like, you know, December 2099, and when 9/11 had happened, that was another tragedy.
Yeah.
Not just New York City, but the whole world.
Right.
And that took me back a little bit too, because it was we used our buses, and I want to say something to New York City Transit, all the authority, all the members, everybody. We don't get recognized as much as a transit worker, because as a bus operator, you know, we stepped up and we took our pride, and a lot FDNY, NYPD vehicles were demolished downtown, and we stepped up and we helped them out.
Yeah.
And shout out to all the MTA bus operators out there in New York City, and train operators, conductors, cleaners, station agents, everybody from property protection, you know, to management and supervisors. Blessings, because you guys are not recognizing, you know, contractors that rebuild the subway stations, rebuild, you know, Lower Manhattan, Freedom Towers, the Memorial, everybody that took part in that. God bless everybody, because no one really get recognized about that. And you know, I took my special assignment with medical examiners, taking them down there.
Wow.
To see things that.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Never saw before. It's not even like a movie, man.
It's tough.
It was tough. It's very hard, brother. Very hard.
Oh man. Yeah, like I'll say it again. I got a lot of respect for you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll say it again, man.
Sorry, got emotional sometimes.
No, man. No, it's, you know,
every tear drops makes you stronger, baby.
Yeah, there we go. That's the motto today.
No doubt. Yeah.
Since you guys, like I said, you guys are so important, I want to ask you a question, an honest question.
Yeah.
If the buses went on strike, how long you think before the city just starts to like?
Oof, we did went on strike, man. It was in 2006.
Oh, see,
I was there. I was there.
Okay, that was okay. I think I remember that. I remember that because I was in high school.
Dude, oh, you were in high school? Wow.
In 06, I was in high school. I think I do remember that though.
Oh, we crippled the city for 3 days.
Yeah, and it was messed up. It was bad. Yeah, but it didn't last long. It was the winter time. It didn't last long because people was like, nah, we can't.
No, we crippled the city. I mean, like I said, shout out to the MTA workers, because without us, we moved the city.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. You hear it in my voice. We moved the city.
Absolutely.
And that's it. You know, there's no doubt about that. But, you know, we just got to do it one moment at a time.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
Yeah.
And that's how we do it in New York City.
How do you feel about bus operators, train operators, conductors being assaulted? Do you feel like more should be done in that?
More should be done with that
to protect you guys.
It has gotten out of control.
Because I've seen a lot of stories lately in the news.
Yeah, so have I. I've heard a lot of stories, and my heart and blessings go out to the workers that have gotten assaulted. The MTA needs to step up a little more and do more. Yeah. You know, I don't get political too much, but
no, like I said, I don't want to.
No. It's okay. It's just that I just want to be. I want people to be understand and get recognized the fact that yes, things need to be done more.
Absolutely.
You know, and MTA is the only way it's going to start with the MTA, that they have to set a plan.
Yeah.
They're trying. They're not perfect.
Right.
They're doing what they can, but more has to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. Because unfortunately, that actually happened to my father.
Oh,
he was looking one way. You know, it was years ago, but he was looking one way, and he didn't see out his blind spot. He didn't see the person. They struck him.
Oh wow!
And he had to take time off. So I for one believe you guys should have way more protections in place. Because you're dealing with the public, and it's a mental health crisis. And
of course,
it's a lot out there. You say you got 25 years now?
25 years, brother.
What does retirement look like for you? Have you envisioned that yet?
Actually, not really. I imagine it because I have 6 more years to go. I'm still young, so you have to have 25, 55. You got to have the age and the years of service. So, God willing, by the time I turn 55, I will have 32 years of service.
Awesome.
So, looking forward to that. So, you know, just like I said, one moment at a time, one day at a time. And my father always told me, don't worry, it comes quick. But look at this, 25 years came like a blink of an eye, man. I didn't think it was going to happen this fast. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
So right now, I'm just enjoying the moments.
Dope.
The moments.
One more question, and I'm going to get you some rapid fire, and then we'll wrap this up.
No doubt.
What's one thing you would say to your younger self?
My younger self?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I should have joined the military.
Really?
Yeah, actually, I always said that. To my younger self, join the military. I know you don't want to disrespect your mom, but if I would have joined the military, if I see myself now at the age of 18, I'm saying, yo, join the military. But then again, my life would have been different.
Right.
I would have never met my wife. I would have never had my kids.
Right.
I would have never been working for New York City Transit, meeting great people like you. You know, everyone out here in New York City. I would have never been the king of the M12.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so sometimes you dwell on the past, but don't do that. Make sure you worry about today. You don't worry about tomorrow. Well, the past was the past. You learn from it. You educate yourself from it.
Right.
You know, all the mistakes you have done, it's not always a mistake. It's just a learning lesson or to make yourself better. And that's why I try to teach everyone else. And if I had to see myself next year, and I say, yo, that's the future Louis, future king of the M12. So, yo, do this way, do that way, you know. So make it a little bit better, better plan. But as you get older, you become wiser, you know. And that's pretty cool. That's how life changes. Life turns on us, you know.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
I got one more since I love that message, so I got one more. What's one challenge in your life that you are proud of that you overcame?
2013. I was paralyzed from the waist down. Yeah. So being exposed down on 9/11 and everything else, and health complications came along. I was diagnosed with spinal stenosis. So in 2008, I was diagnosed with that. I didn't think, you know, when you're young and you're in your early 30s, you're like, I'm like Superman. I ain't worried about that, you know. But as you get older, it hurts, man.
Oh, yeah.
So 2013, I got paralyzed and I had to do major surgery. I got a titanium plate, 6 screws on my neck.
Wow.
So I'm able to walk. So it was a blessing of God, and that was one of my biggest things in my life that made me think of things differently.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever knocks you down,
Get back up.
you get back up.
Yeah.
That's it. You know?
I also do a show about disabilities, people with medical conditions. So I'm gonna have to bring you back.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
have to bring you back
right
to
now,
talk about that.
I got two.
Yeah.
I might need a hip replacement. Dude, 25 years behind the wheel. I'm holding out, man. I'm doing great though. I'm doing physical therapy, so I'm doing good.
I'm glad. I'm glad, man. All right, let's get the rapid fire and get you up out of here, man.
Yeah.
So you can answer these as quickly as possible. You
Okay.
know, rapid fire. We just gonna run through
I
it.
got you.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
My what?
Your biggest pet peeve?
Pet peeve?
Yeah, like something that really irritates you.
Oh, damn. People clipping their nails in the subway. They're
That's a
clipping
good
it,
one,
click,
yeah.
click, click, click. I'm like, oh man, do that at home. That's
How much does screaming backdoor actually bother MTA drivers?
in the beginning, it did. Now, for me, with 25 years, I'm just like, hold on, please, and it just so it don't really bother me as much anymore. In the beginning, it did.
In the beginning, it was like,
It was annoying.
come on,
Like, yo, just push the yellow tape. What are you wearing? My shirt is yellow. Push the same color as the shirt. You know, it's right there. But now I'm like, okay, whatever. So we got a button in the front, so I just flip it for them. Just like keep it moving. Yeah.
Your favorite vacation spot?
Oh man. Well, I've always gone to San Juan, Puerto Rico. So
Nice.
shout out to Puerto Rico, baby. Puerto Rico.
Nice.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite vacation spots.
Are yellow taxi cab drivers as bad as people say they are?
No, they're not. No. And I'm going to tell you why. Last year, when I didn't have a car, I started taking cabs from 14th Street up to the depot.
Okay.
Michael J. Quill Depot. That's where I'm from. And I met a lot of great cab drivers at 5 a.m. in the morning, taking me to Quill. And I inspired two of them. They wanted to take the test for buses.
Oh, wow.
I swear to
Okay.
God.
Yeah.
So shout out to the yellow cab drivers out there. I know it's tough. I know and they hustle. That's why they're always moving fast.
Right.
So now when I'm learning to meet those men, the gentlemen that I spoke with, now I kind of look at yellow cab drivers in a different way. You You know, I do. All the cab drivers out there, even Uber guys too, because I know they got to hustle too. You know,
Absolutely.
so I give them the respect out there.
That's dope. That's dope. When's the last time you seen a person get on the bus with like a handful of nickels and dimes?
Oh man, that was years ago.
It's been a while.
Old lady came on. I was working 14th Street, so I'm doing Avenue A over here. She gets on the bus, and she has this, but like Scott towels. It wasn't even a plastic bag. It was like holding it, and like she was trying to warm my one. Mom's like,
my
man,
God.
just dump the whole thing. I said, ma'am, you know what? Keep it. Have a seat. Yeah.
If you won the lotto today, what is your first purchase?
A home for my family.
Beautiful, beautiful. What is one thing as customers we can do to make your life more easier as a bus driver?
As a customer,
Yeah, as a rider.
if I was a rider or someone, meaning someone come on my bus.
No, just like the public in general. What's one thing we could do to make your life easier? You know,
Don't snap at us all the time. It's like
Be nice.
sometimes,
Just
be
be polite.
nice. It's
Yeah.
like sometimes we had nothing to do with their personal life,
Right.
And they come on the bus because our bus is late, and they start yelling and screaming at us like we did something wrong.
Right.
We're human too.
Right.
We're just like them. I breathe the same air as you do. I bleed the same color you do. Show me the little respect, and then I'll give you that respect. You know, that's it. But most of the people, when they see me, they feed off the energy. So it's like I'm always nice with everybody. So, you know, even the nasty ones, I'm pretty cool with them.
Gotcha. Last question. What is next for the king of the M12?
Wow. What is next? So stay tuned, New York City, because I'm going to be around all over the city. Pretty much right by Thanksgiving time. So since I've been out doing physical therapy and stuff, so I already missed the pick. So we have a special pick that we pick every seasonal.
Okay.
So now I'm not entitled to pick because I've been out more than 30 days. But I'll be back stronger than ever, and I'll be all over the city. So stay tuned. You're going to be seeing the king of the M12s either on 14th Street, 42nd Street, 57th Street, 72nd, 86, 79,
Yeah.
all over. I'll be all over.
I love it.
So
I
stay
love it.
tuned, New York City. I'm coming out strong.
I love it. My brother.
Yo, man, thank you so much. Man.
Thank
It's
you
been
so
awesome.
much. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Let the people know where to find you, your socials, whole nine.
Well, if you Google me, you Google Luis Lopez. I pop up everywhere. The King. Just Google the King of the M12s on Google. If on my social media, like I said, is LL08312014. All right, and of course my TikTok is the King of the M12, and my of course Facebook it says Luis Lopez. And if you see one of these bad boys, hold on, which I got right here.
Nice.
I got the cards. I got the cards
Nice.
too.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
my
get a
friend
close-up
Rizzo,
of this, right?
my boy,
Yeah.
he designed it. The King of the M12 card. So if you
Dope.
see him around the city too, you know who placed it there. Yours truly, the King of the M12s.
Awesome. Yo, man, that's been another episode of Sit Downs with Sid. You guys, please like, comment, subscribe. We've been doing a great job on that. And if you like the video, share the videos, man. That's the only way I could get around to people and have people see and all these wonderful stories that we have up here. I want the whole world to see them and engage and we have a conversation and be a better place for it. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace out.